Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Happy Thursday, everybody. Come on in here, come on in here, come on in here. Welcome in, YouTube. Let me hit live on FFB. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. If you are just joining, make sure you give the live stream a thumbs up. That's how you boost me out into the algorithm. Welcome in, Nadia. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Let me make sure I can see these comments on Facebook. But welcome in, YouTube. How y'all doing? How is it going? TikTok and Facebook. Come on in, come on in, come on in. We back at it with another stream. It's Thursday. So get in here. On this channel, if you are new here, drop new in the chat. If this is your first time seeing me live, drop new in the chat so I can shout you out. Hey, honey loves, is this your first time here? I don't think I've seen you before. So YouTube, make sure you guys give the live stream a thumbs up. TikTok, make sure you guys tap the screen. FB, you guys give the live stream a thumbs up or a heart. And make sure you say hello when you come in here. Y'all act like y'all got some manners. Hey, Maurice. Maurice is new, period. Okay, you've been here before, period. Hey, Donna. Welcome into my community. I just be shy, period. Well, thank you for joining today. Hold on. What is going on with... Oh, my goodness. TikTok is being weird. But come on in, guys. On this channel, we elevate, we curate the life of our dreams, and we build impactful businesses. So I teach you guys how to create the life of your dreams that you don't have to vacation from, that if you don't want to work a 9 to 5, guess what? You don't have to work no 9 to 5. Life is about choices and life should be about freedom. So that's what I preach on this channel, y'all. That's what I preach on my platforms, on my page. Nothing is off the table for you. I don't care how big it sounds, how big your dream is. Listen, everything is attainable. And I'm proof of that. So that's why I come on these live streams to encourage y'all, to show you what's possible for yourself if you put the work in and you stay down for your come up. Success is not an overnight thing, y'all. Success is not an overnight situation. You have to stay down for your come up. And I teach that to my students all the time. And that's why they are successful, because they understand success is not overnight. Welcome in, Estella. Welcome in, Donna. Welcome in, Tamika. Melrose. Shout out to y'all for being in the chat tonight. So come on in, TikTok. You guys, if you're new, drop new in the chat so I can shout you out. FB, if this your first time, drop new in the chat so I can shout you out. Who is that? Antasia. Shout out to Antasia. Shout out to Jack. Shout out to Leslie McKay. But if this is your first time seeing me live, my name is Lane. I'm based in Atlanta, and I teach you guys how to get paid from housing the homeless through starting your own housing program. Now, you might be thinking, well, what is a housing program? So what I teach you guys is how to start independent housing. Now, some people may call this independent living. Some people may call this co-living, share housing. It's all the same concept. Now, a couple rules of the live stream. So I'm going to be giving you guys a free class today, but I'm going to need some interaction. So number one, make sure you got good energy. Make sure you interact with the live. So that means tapping the live stream, giving me hearts, giving me thumbs up on YouTube. TikTok, that means y'all tapping the screen. And then also, when I ask you guys to drop things in the chat, make sure you drop it in the chat so I can know that you guys are engaging with me and that this information is sticking. Because my goal is to break this information down into like a 3rd grade level. So I'm not here to confuse you. I'm here to show you what's possible for you. And a lot of times you guys are looking for second jobs. You looking to get a better paying job. But a lot of times you just need to start a business. Honestly, if we being honest, listen, y'all, starting one business that is successful can change your entire life. Where if you don't even want to have to work a job, you don't have to. When I tell y'all this is the business that has made me financially free, I don't have to clock into a 9 to 5. I live the life of my dreams because I started a housing program that not only helps myself, but it pours back into the people that I help, that I house, and that I help inside of my programs as well. So I'm going to be teaching you guys the business model that had put me in position to win and that made me a 6-figure earner. Because a lot of y'all, not making six figures at your 9 to 5. But guess what? You can create your own six-figure business. And it's not hard. It's simple, but you have to be willing to put in the work. Now, you guys see the topic of the live stream. You might be thinking, okay, well, how can I get paid to house people? So here's the thing, y'all. I teach people how to set up independent housing programs. What is independent housing program? So some people may call this independent living. Some people may call this co-living, shared housing. Some people may call it a halfway house, a sober living. But the thing is that we are only providing housing only. So drop housing only in the chat, y'all. Drop housing only. This business model that I teach you guys is providing housing only. YouTube, hit the thumbs up on the live stream. Smash that like button for me. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Casey. TikTok, make sure you guys give me up to 5K likes. FB, y'all don't be funny acting. Hey, Cover. Hey, Leslie. So I teach you guys how to provide housing only to individuals in need. Now, let me tell you what this is not. This is not a group home. This is not a personal care home, and this is not an assisted living. So what does that mean? That means anybody can start this up, y'all. I have students that are felons. I have students that have never started a business before that have a housing program. I have students that are not college educated. I have students that are single mothers. So what does that tell you? Anybody can start this. And me, myself, y'all, I am not a nurse. I am not a CNA. I am a businesswoman first, and I'm a baddie immediately after. I did not go to school to learn what I'm teaching y'all and do what I'm doing. So that's why I'm showing you guys that anybody can win in this business. Thank you, Casey. Anybody can win in this business. I don't care what your background is. I don't care if you did 30 years in prison. If you put in your mind that you want to help people and you want to start a housing program, guess what? It's possible for you. The sky is the limit. So I teach you guys how to set up impactful businesses through starting your own housing program. And anybody can start this up. Unlike a group home, a personal care home, and assisted living, you got to go through zoning. You got to sit here and have all this experience. With this business model that I teach y'all, you don't have to go through zoning. You don't need to be licensed, certified. You do not have to sit here and be babysitting these people that we house, because what did I tell you guys? We are providing housing only. When you focus on providing housing only to these independent, high functioning adults that we house, you don't need no zoning. You don't need no license. You don't need no certification. My biggest thing that I love to say is I take everyday people and I turn them into impactful earners, impactful CEOs. That's the mission on this channel. Anybody can win in this business, y'all. Not just me. I'm not the only one that's having success in this business. I have students that have opened up 2, 3, 4 houses and changed their whole life. And that's what it's about, showing you guys that it's attainable for you. You don't have to start no group home. You don't have to start no personal care home. And you don't have to start no assisted living. You don't have to start none of that. The new wave, y'all, is starting housing programs. We're starting up independent housing because we are creating safe and structured environments for these people to call home. So let me go a little bit deeper for y'all to give you some perspective on what we do. So we're providing housing only, right? So what does that mean? We are not giving out, you're not responsible for giving these people 3 meals a day. You are not responsible for sitting here, bathing nobody up, giving out medications. Now, if you want to start doing all that, this might not be the channel for you, because I don't teach all that. I teach everyday people how to get paid and how to impact their community. That's the mission. And there ain't nothing wrong with getting paid to help people. I know it's a lot of people on the internet that's mad that, oh, how you going to sit here and charge homeless people to listen. At the end of the day, I teach my students how to be business owners. Business is business. Ain't nothing in this life free. Ain't nothing in this life free. You got to pay for the lights. You got to pay for your rent. We not doing that. There is nothing wrong with getting paid to help people, and never let nobody shame you for wanting to create a business for yourself and help others. And this is what I tell people. Just like they tell you in the airplanes, you cannot save nobody without saving yourself first. Before you try to sit down here and put on somebody else's mask, put your mask on first. Because how you going to help somebody and you struggling, can barely pay your rent, can barely pay your bills? Y'all got to make it make sense. You got to make it make sense. So I teach you guys how to create impactful businesses and teach you how to become an impactful earner. There's nothing wrong with getting paid for your purpose. Now, let me tell you guys what this is. So I teach my students how to create for-profit businesses. This is not a nonprofit, y'all. This ain't no charity work. We get paid on this channel. Not only do we help people, but we get paid, and you deserve to be paid for your purpose. If you believe you deserve to be paid for your purpose, drop a one in the chat. If you the type of person that, yeah, I need to be getting paid for what helping all these people, drop a one in the chat, because there is no reason why you should be broke, miserable, saving the world, and you have nothing to show for it. There's no reason. There is no reason, y'all. God did not put you on this earth to struggle. He did not put you on this earth to barely be making it. You need to start you a business and get paid for what you do. And that's what we get down to business in this chat. We not struggling no more. We live in life and we living it more abundantly. Now, back to the material. So I teach you guys how to set up impactful housing programs. So you might be thinking, well, what is a housing program? What does that mean? Now, before I was doing this business, y'all, I was doing Airbnb. Now, I don't know if anybody ever stayed at an Airbnb, but I did not go to zoning to set up my Airbnb. I went and rented me an apartment. I furnished it and I started making my money. Simple as that. I did not sit here and call the city. Excuse me, do I have permission to set up this Airbnb? No. And that's the same thing with this business, y'all. As long as you focus on providing these individuals housing only, there is nothing illegal about providing safe housing to individuals in need. These are not bed-bound patients. We are not housing dementia patients. So that's why anybody could set this up without needing to be licensed, zoned, and certified. So that's the niche, y'all. When you focus on providing housing only, you don't got to go through all that red tape. We are not setting up group homes. The days of setting up group homes and personal care homes is over with. This is the new wave. And just like Airbnb was the wave and y'all didn't catch it, you missed out on a lot of money. I'm going to need for y'all to catch this wave. If you're trying to catch this wave, drop a one in the chat. If you're trying to catch this wave of creating a safe and structured living environment for people in need and get paid, let's not forget the money, drop a one in the chat, because that's what we talk about on this channel. Now, so you might be thinking, okay, so what is a housing program? How can I get started? Now, I tell people to think of your housing program just like an Airbnb. Now, when a person stays in an Airbnb, you have to follow that person's house rules that they set. You're not about to go into that Airbnb throwing house parties. You're not about to go into that Airbnb bringing a whole bunch of guests. You have to go into them people's establishment and act like you got some sense. The same thing for your housing program. When it comes to you setting up your own independent housing program, whatever rules you set for your housing, that's what goes. So that's what the individual has to follow in order to stay in your home. Now, you might be thinking, well, what type of rules? So this is what I tell people. The beauty of independent housing, y'all, we are not regulated. So there is no right or wrong way to do this. There is no right or wrong way to set up your housing program. So you can make it as lenient as you like, or you can make it as strict as you like. Me personally, I love running a strict program and my people love it here. And let me say this. You might be thinking, well, why would I sit here and give adults all these rules to live in the house? Because number one, the population that we house and the population that we serve, y'all, they need structure. If they don't have structure and they don't have rules, they will be wilding out. And let me say this. There is a thin line between a housing program and a trap house. A housing program and a boarding home. And a lot of y'all, when y'all hear the concept that I'm explaining to you, you might be thinking, oh, so that's just renting out rooms. That's like a boarding home. That's like a rooming house. This ain't that, y'all. I don't like that word. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because when it comes to rooming homes and boarding homes, number one, those people feel entitled. They think that, oh, I could pay my rent. I could do what I want to do. This ain't that. These people are not just paying rent and doing anything. They are following the rules that you set for them in order to stay in your program. Now, if you got it, drop got it in the chat. Before I continue, I need to see some interaction. If y'all got it, drop got it in the chat. So this is a housing program, y'all. We are not starting up rooming houses. We're not starting up boarding homes. We are starting up housing programs. This is where the impact comes in. Remember, we still making money, but we making an impact as well. Now, You might be thinking, well, what type of people can we house? Because you hear the word homeless. Now, you hear the word homeless and you think these people don't have money. The biggest misconception, y'all, that when you hear homeless, you think that we are housing people that have no money. But let me tell y'all this, there is a whole demographic of homeless individuals that get money every single month. Every single month. If you thinking, well, what type of demographic get paid and they're homeless, drop a one in the chat and I'm gonna break it down even more for y'all so you can know what type of individuals you need to be going after when you set up your housing programs, when you go out there and create your housing programs. Drop a one in the chat. Somebody said, River said the working homeless. That is a population, but that's not the population I teach you guys to go after. All right, so let me teach you guys how to get paid in this business. Thank you, JD. Let me teach you guys how we get paid in this business. This business model is completely private pay. So what does private pay mean? Private pay means that the individuals that we house pay us directly. We're not getting paid from the state. We're not getting paid through grants, and we're not getting paid through insurance or Medicaid. So that means the people that we house, they're paying us directly. We're not jumping through hoops and hurdles to get money from these individuals. So you want to focus on housing individuals that get their own money. And listen, y'all, there's a whole lot of homeless population in this country that get money every single month because those are the only demographics that I house. I'm based in Atlanta. I have 6 houses and 49 beds. I don't have no problem with my people paying every single month. So you want to house people that get money every single month. Now you might be thinking, what type of individual, what type of income do they get? So they get Social Security, disability, VA benefits, retirement, and some of them work jobs. However, I teach my students to strictly go after individuals that get a check every single month. So those are the only type of individuals that you want to house in your locations. We're not chasing nobody down for no money. Now, if you want to sit here and fill up your house with a whole bunch of working people, then you're going to be in for a rude awakening. Because imagine if all them people don't pay, then what you going to do? So I teach you guys how to build sustainable, impactful businesses. And this is the thing that I love about this business over Airbnb because I was doing Airbnb. Now, when it comes to this business, you know what you're going to be getting every single month. Every single month, your income, as long as you keep them beds filled, you're going to be getting the same thing every single month. Now, when it came to Airbnb, one month might be better than the other. And I didn't really like that. I need the same type of income every single month. Now, TikTok, y'all tap the live. Let's get the live up to 7K likes. Let's get the live up to 7K likes, and I'm gonna keep going for y'all. I'm gonna keep going. Now, let me see. And YouTube, y'all hit a thumbs up on the live stream as well. I'm glitching. Am I glitching for anybody on TikTok? Am I glitching for anybody on TikTok? No. It might be your phone. They saying I'm not glitching. It might be your phone. Hey, Keish. All right, perfect. So we good. We good. Now, YouTube, I'm gonna need for the thumbs up. I'm gonna need the likes to match the number of people in the room. I'm glitching on YouTube. Patty said, I just got home from my 12-hour. Period, Patty. Patty working hard. Okay. So back to what I was telling you guys. You want to focus on filling up your house with individuals that get guaranteed money because this ain't no charity. This is not a nonprofit. We getting paid for housing these individuals. Now, you might be thinking, well, what type of individuals can I have in my housing program? Now, here's the thing. This is where it gets interesting because a lot of people think that they can only house one demographic or that they only want to house one demographic, but that's not the way to do it. Now, I'm good on FB. Is my connection good on FB? I hope so. Diamond said no. Diamond, is my connection not good? Oh, it is good? Okay, perfect. Perfect. Patty said, I don't have any social media. You don't need no social media. You here on YouTube. You good over here. Perfect. Perfect. All right. All right. Back to what I was saying. Now, all right, everybody in this chat. So I'm gonna teach you guys, we get paid by the bed in this business. So what does that mean? So this is shared housing. So I teach my students to put a minimum of 2 individuals into one room. Now hold on, let me finish, because a lot of y'all thinking, what, 2 people in one room? Yes, there are people that are willing to share a room with another individual, because why? The people that we housing, y'all, if they not in our housing program, they're in a shelter, they're living in the street, or they are in jail or prison. So honestly, they doing way better by a shared room rather than being on the street. Like if we being so for real, they would rather sleep in that shared room than on the street. And they tell me every single day. So I teach you guys, we get paid by the bed in this business. Everybody drop bed in the chat. Drop bed in the chat, and I'm gonna let you know how much money you can get per bed in this business. Nicole said you're good on Facebook. Thank you. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So we're getting paid by the bed, y'all. We're putting a minimum of 2 individuals to one room. And let me say this, just because we are doing shared rooms, I always tell people, the more people that you can help, the more money you can make. But I'm not telling y'all to pack your rooms out with 10 people in one room. You still move with some integrity, still move with some decency. Even though we are not a regulated industry, you still want to move with a certain level of decency and respect, because we are still dealing with people, y'all. And yeah, Carol said in shelters it's more than 2 in a room. Exactly. And that's why they love it at our housing programs, because they have a sense of belonging. They're not sitting here stacked into 50 people in one room. So honestly, we're doing them a great thing. So we get paid by the bed in this business. We are not getting paid by the room. We are not putting up, I'm not teaching you guys to put your rooms on FB Marketplace. This ain't that. I'm not teaching you to put your stuff on Pass Split. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. A lot of times when you are putting your room up as a private room, those people are moving with a whole nother mindset. They're very entitled. They're very entitled and they don't want to follow rules. Remember, I told you guys earlier, this is a housing program. We're not running trap houses and we not running rooming houses. I don't teach y'all that. I teach you guys how to create safe and structured living environments. That's what the difference is. If you got it, drop got it in the chat. If you got it, drop got it in the chat. This is not a rooming house, y'all. This is not a trap house. This is a housing program. And a lot of you guys, I have to drill that language into your head, because y'all are thinking like, oh, I'm their landlord and these are my tenants. These are not your tenants, y'all. If we got any landlords in the chat, drop a 1. If you're a homeowner, drop a 1 in the chat. If you don't own property, drop a 2 in the chat. So I want to see who we got into the room. I want to see who we got in the room. So if you own property, drop a 1 in the chat. If you don't own property, drop a 2. I want to see who we got in the room tonight. All right, we got some homeowners. We got some people that don't own property. Perfect, perfect. Now here's the thing, y'all. In this business, you don't need to own property. I have 6 houses and 49 beds, and guess what? I don't own not one house. I rent all of my locations with permission. The landlords, they know what I do and they love what I do. So that's why I teach you guys how you can find landlords and property management companies in your city, in your area, that'll give you full permission to run your housing program in their rentals. Now, for the ones that are saying that they own property, that's even better. You can still do this business as an owner as well, because guess what? You won't have to ask nobody for permission. This is your house. You can run your stuff as you see fit. You can run your stuff as you see fit. So that's just proof that anybody can win in this business. You do not have to own property to start a housing program. You don't have to own a property to make money in real estate and impact your community and become financially free. You can do this through renting. You can do this through renting. And I teach you guys how to get permission from the landlords and the property management companies. When I tell y'all I rent all of my locations, and the landlords, they love what I do. They know what I do and they love what I do. And they actually call me every other day. Oh, did you check the website? Could you look at this house? Could you look at? So when I tell y'all getting a house is the least of your worries, I mean that. I mean that for real, for real. I'm the president in this chat from MD, period, Mayad. Well, Mayad, make sure you tell them to hit the likes in the live stream, because they kind of They just watching me on YouTube. They not hitting the thumbs up. I don't understand why. So I'm gonna need for you to hold it down in the chat. I don't know if we got any mods on TikTok. I don't know. I don't know if I got any mods on FB, but anybody can win in this business. I don't care if you don't own property. I don't care if you own property. I have students, y'all, that are felons. I got students that are single mothers that never had a business in their life, and they still are up and running and doing a biggest one. So that's proof that anybody can win. So I don't want to hear none of y'all excuses. Oh, my credit bad. If you think you need credit for this business, drop a one in the chat. I want to see if do you think you need credit to run this type of business? Drop a one. Drop a one. I want to see where y'all head is at. If you think you need credit to start a housing program, drop a one in the chat. B said nope. All right, we got some people that think they need credit. Okay. All right, because I know a lot of people in my comments be like, oh, my credit is bad. I want to wait until I fix my credit. But guess what, y'all? You don't even need credit for this business. I know it sounds crazy, but you do not. You don't. Honey said, I need credit to rent in California. I don't know. I have students up and running in California that's doing their biggest one, and I don't think they use their credit. I'm going to ask them. But listen, you do not need credit. The way I teach my students to go and get a house, your credit has nothing to do with nothing. That's why y'all ain't learning from the queen. Because if you learn from me, you're gonna know that you don't need credit. When I tell y'all, I pitched the homeowners so good, they did not ask me for a credit check. They didn't ask me for a bank statement. They didn't ask me for my background check. And that's why I have students that are felons and that's up and running. Then they said I'm at a 580. Listen, that don't even matter. That don't even matter. That 580 don't mean nothing because when I'm telling you these landlords is overly going, they overly going. They is overly going. Yeah, we don't need a license for this business, Shaw. You do not need a license to start a housing program. No. Do you have students in Philadelphia? Absolutely. I got students in Philly. One of my top students, her name is Shaniko. She a nurse. She's in Philly. Maya says some owners may not want you to rent their home if you don't have good credit or decent. That's not true. That's not true. Listen, y'all, I rent 6 houses. I'm not telling y'all what I think. I'm telling y'all what I know. These property management companies and homeowners did not ask me for a thing. The only thing they asked me for, y'all, they said, do you got first month rent and do you have deposit? I said, yep. They said, okay, well, we're going to send over the lease and just make sure you log into the portal, pay your first month. And that was it. Y'all not saying the right things. That's what the problem is. Y'all thinking y'all need all this stuff because y'all going in there and y'all looking crazy. But that's why you need to learn from the queen. I really put y'all in position to win. I don't just talk it. I do this in real life. I'm based in Atlanta, y'all. I'm not telling y'all what I think. I've been doing this business since 2021. I know I look like I don't do business, but I'm really a businesswoman in real life. I'm a businesswoman first and I'm a baddie immediately after. And that's just that on that. So that's why I teach you guys how you can set these up in your cities and your states, because when I tell you the need for housing is everywhere, listen, homelessness is not just in major cities like Atlanta and Charlotte, y'all. I have students even in these little rural areas that are winning. They got 2-3 houses up and running and they in the country. And I was like, wow, really? So when I tell y'all, when y'all be like, can I do this in my city? Can I do this in this city? Yes. Do you have homelessness in your city? Do you have homeless shelters? Absolutely. So for y'all to even ask that, right now we are in a housing crisis. Do y'all know that homelessness is never going to be resolved fully? Like there's always going to be people that need housing. And that's why I love this business, because honestly, this is a recession-proof business. People are always going to need a roof over their head, y'all. Always. That ain't never going to change. This ain't like getting your lashes done or getting your hair done. No, people going to need a roof over your head. If you don't have a roof over your head, you're going to pass away. And it's just as simple as that. That's a necessity to life. And that's why I teach you guys how you can set these housing programs up in your cities and your states, because the demand is there and it's never going anywhere. Now, you might be thinking, well, what type of people can I house in my program? Let me tell you the best type of people that I enjoy housing in my program. Now, for everybody in the chat, if there's a certain demographic that you want to house or start a housing program catered to, drop that demographic in the chat. Do you want to just house veterans only? Do you want to house people coming home from prison? Do you want to house seniors? Drop in the chat. I want to see what type of demographics you guys want to house. And I'm gonna tell you the best ones that I house, that I love to house, and I encourage everyone to house. Keisha said, "Oh, Coach D said veteran, period." All of them. Okay, we got some people that know. We got some veterans in the chat. Y'all want to house veterans? All right. Seniors and vets. I know that's a hot one. Listen, I know these veterans are a hot topic on the internet, and a lot of y'all thinking a certain way. But I want to know why y'all want to house vets. Somebody tell me in the comments why they want to house vets. Can y'all tell me that? Somebody answer me that. I want to see why y'all want to house these vets. Tanisha said SSI. Veterans, seniors, and disabled. I want to know why y'all want to house these vets. Can somebody tell me in the chat? V said less drama. Maya said reliable income. Tina B said they can get contracts through the VA, secure income, guaranteed money. They need care. My brother is a vet. Exactly, coach. That's what they not telling you, though. Them vets ain't all easy money. My 4 kids are military. I've been caring for... Okay, here's the thing, y'all, because it's hard for them to find housing. Here's the thing, y'all. A lot of y'all... Well, I thought y'all was going to say something different, because I think y'all be hearing that money talk, and y'all be like, oh, I want them vets. We getting $1,500 per bed. I want them vets. Yanni said, I want to house anybody getting an SSI check. Let's go. Talk to them. Listen, this is what I encourage y'all to do, right? Now, I'm going to tell y'all the demographics that I house that give me, honestly, little to no problems. I house veterans. I house seniors. I house individuals coming home from jail or prison. I house individuals that are disabled, but they can still live independently. And then I also house people living with HIV. I house people in recovery. So you can house pretty much any demographic, y'all. But here's the thing. I tell my students, do not put yourself in a box and only house one demographic. Why? Because what happened if you get your house open, now you can't fill not one bed? Then what you going to do? So you mean to tell me if somebody call you today and say, hey, Path to Healing, I have a 55-year-old male here. He's on a fixed income. He's looking for housing. Do you have a bed available? And you going to sit here and be like, is this a veteran? Unfortunately, they're not a veteran. Oh, no, I can't take them. Have a nice day. What do y'all look like? Are you for real? Listen, y'all, I teach you guys our demographic, our job as housing providers is to provide housing for people in need. We're not just sitting here only housing one demographic. We are talking about impacts, and we not leaving no money on the table. Outside of just the impact, why would you sit here and leave money on the table because this person is not a veteran? Y'all got to make it make sense. A lot of y'all be hearing them numbers on the internet, people telling you can get $1,500 for veterans. You can get this X amount of dollars to house veterans. And that's why y'all ears be perking up. That's what it really be. But ain't nobody was keeping it real in the chat. Wasn't nobody keeping it real in the chat. Y'all hear that cash talk and y'all like, oh, I want to house some vets. But listen, the likelihood of you filling up your house with straight veterans that's paying $1,500 a bed is not going to happen. It's a dream. It's a dream, and it's not happening. Let me tell y'all this. So I'm based in Atlanta, right? So my bed price in Atlanta for a shared bed is $750 a month. And I want everybody in the chat to drop where they're located. So I'm going to tell you guys what my students are charging in your area per bed. But here in Metro Atlanta, I charge $750. But drop your cities in the chat, and I'm gonna let you know what my students. So Philadelphia, you can get anywhere between $750 to $850. Orlando, it's about $850 a month. Somebody said Florida is about $850 to $950 per bed. North Carolina, anywhere between $650 to $750 a month. Somebody said Cali. So when it comes to Cali, you can charge anywhere between $950 per bed to $1,000 per bed. It just depends. Houston is about $750. For the population that we house. So Charlotte is about 750, 650. All right. So here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. So you can charge anywhere between $500 per bed up to 1200, 1500 per bed. And I'm going to tell you the two factors of how to know what you're going to charge. Number one is dependent on the cost of living in your area. And then also it's dependent on the individual that you house, what they can afford. Because let me say this. Yes, I charge $750 per bed, but I do have some individuals that pay me $1,000 a month per bed, and I do have some individuals that pay me $1,200 a month per bed. But everybody is not gonna pay that, so I don't ever want to sit here and lead y'all and say, "Oh, you can get $1,200 a month per bed." The likelihood of that happening is just slim. Everybody does not. Now, let me give you guys some perspective even more. Now, most of the individuals that I house are on a fixed income. Y'all drop fixed in the comment. Drop fixed in the comment. And I'm going to tell you, a fixed income is when a person only get one set amount every single month and they get nothing more and nothing less. These people that I teach you guys to go after, they have fixed income. So, for example, most of my people get $943 a month. What do I look like charging somebody that get $943 a month, $1,200 per bed? It's just not going to make sense. So y'all got to make it make sense. So you can't sit here and charge outrageous prices, and these people can't even afford that. So y'all got to be realistic and stop being so money hungry. Stop being so money hungry and stop passing up on opportunity because you want top dollar. And that's why I tell my students, when you get into this business, open your mind up. Our job is not to only house one population. The biggest mistake that I made in this business, y'all, was only wanting to house guys coming home from prison. Because the moment you start the business and you see a population is not what you think, you're gonna have to pivot. Because guess what? Rent is doing 30 days, mortgage is doing 30 days, and when you have empty beds, you're not making no money. No money. Somebody said their income is why they are homeless. Yeah, that part too. But let me tell you why the individuals that we house end up in housing programs and why they're homeless. Number one, y'all, a lot of the people that we serve, they have bad credit. These people do not qualify to rent traditionally. So the way me and you can go and rent a house from a traditional landlord, that's not their case. They can't just go out there and rent traditionally. A lot of these individuals, they have backgrounds, so they either did time in prison, they have felonies, they have misdemeanors, and another thing, they don't make 3 times the rent. So where does that leave those individuals? If it's not for housing programs like us, the people that we house, they would either be in the streets, in a shelter, or in jail or prison. There is no in between. Hey, Quay. Hey, my girl, my mentor, brother Jet, y'all. Period. Listen, we elevating on this channel. I be telling them y'all can elevate with me or watch me elevate, but the choice is yours. I'm teaching you guys the business model that made me financially free. I don't have to clock into 9 to 5 because I built something that's impactful, that's in high demand, and that's never going anywhere. Never. Well, let me tell y'all this. Whether I'm at my houses or not, those houses are making me money. And that's what I'm trying to teach you guys. You can make money without sitting there trading your time for it. When you set up one house the right way, y'all, that one house can pay you for life until you either close it down or until you cancel your lease. It's as simple as that. The same house that I started with in 2021, that one house is still paying me to this day. To this day, y'all. Now, let me break it down even more for you. Now, so you might be thinking, well, what type of house can I get? What do I start with? My very first house, y'all, it was a 4-2. So that's a 4-bedroom, 2 bathrooms. And I teach my students, in order to maximize your profit, to maximize your income, you want to start with at least a 4-2 because you can get 8 beds in a 4-bedroom minimum. You should be able to get 8 beds. Drop 8 in the chat, y'all. Drop 8. So if you have a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, you should get at least 8 beds minimum in that house. Or if you're starting with a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, you should get at least 5 to 6 beds in that house for it to make sense financially. Because yes, we impacting, but we also got to make it make sense financially. It got to be worth our while. So yes, we are. And then the reason we got 8 beds, y'all, is because we are doing shared rooms. We're putting a minimum of 2 individuals into 1 room. So that's the niche that I teach you guys. This is shared living, shared housing. Now, you might be thinking, well, how much money is in this business? How much money can one house get me? I want everybody in the chat to drop their freedom number. If you can make a certain amount of money a month, what would it be? I want everybody to manifest their dream income. Is that 10K a month? Is that 8K a month? Is that 30K a month? How much would you love to make monthly? It could be your 9 to 5 money, or it could be a little bit more. Somebody said 12K, 10K, 50K, period, 8K, 10K. I know that's right. 10K, 12K, 8K, 15K. Listen. Oh, William, he a heavy hitter. He said 75K a month. I know that's right. Honey said 50K. Period. Larice said 5 to 6K, Larice. That's 50K. Okay, that's more like it. Tina said trillion. Now we dragging it. But listen, all the numbers that you guys put in this chat is attainable for you. But you in this business, you have to figure out how many beds is going to give you your financial freedom number. Now, let me put it into perspective, right? A lot of you guys said you want to make 10K months. When I tell y'all 10K months is overly attainable in this business, this is a business that made me my first six figures. I never made 6 figures in my life until I started housing the homeless. And I'm gonna show y'all how we going to get to 10K months in this business, because it's very attainable. And a lot of y'all thinking like, what? A lot of y'all sitting there slinging Amazon packages, you doing DoorDash, you overly working yourself, when all you need to do is open up one house, y'all. And for the ones that said they only want to make 5K, 6K, when I tell you one house can change your life, and listen, y'all, all you gotta do is set up that house one time. So let me pull up the math. Let's pull up the calculator. I'm gonna show y'all how much one of my houses is bringing me in. Because I got 6 houses and 49 beds. I don't make income claims, and I don't put y'all in my business. You would never know how much money I make. But I'm gonna give you guys one house so you can kind of put into perspective what you can make for yourself when you get into this business. Hey, Kenya. All right. So let's do it like this. We're gonna do some math for y'all. So remember, I told you guys when you're first starting out, you want to start out with at least, I tell my students to start out with at least 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom, because you can get a minimum of 8 beds. My very first house, y'all, it was a 4-2, and I put 9 beds in that house. And I'm gonna tell you why, because one of the rooms was way too small to put 2 twin beds, so I just made it a private. So let's do some math. Now, at 8 beds, my bed price is $750. So at 8 beds, y'all, that one house is bringing me in 6K a month. 6K a month that I did not have to slave for. I did not have to sling an Amazon package. I did not have to do Instacart, DoorDash, and Uber Eats. This is 6K that came to me effortlessly, just setting up my house one time. Now I have one bed where it's a private room and I charge 1,000. So let's add that to it, because that house has 9 beds in it, y'all. Now, all right, we got some mathematicians in the chat. I know that's right. So this one, my very first house, y'all, it brings me in 7K a month. A lot of y'all said y'all want to make 5K. Listen, you already halfway there if you get one house. So 7K a month. This is money that I did not have to slave for. I did not have to babysit nobody. I did not have to give out medication. I did not have to give out 3 meals a day. I did not have to sit here and get licensed, zoned, and certified. This is money that comes to you effortlessly and easily, y'all. I'm going to break down the expenses in a second, but I'm going to just show you guys how much one house is bringing in. Y'all, my landlords don't even get this off of the house. I make way more money than my landlords, but don't tell them that. Don't tell my landlords what I'm making, y'all, but this is just showing you the income potential of you setting up one house and putting 9 beds in it. So somebody said, Elizabeth said, how did you fund your first house? I'm gonna talk about that once I finish this example, right? Now, my very first house, I just used my own private money. And I don't know if you're new here. If you guys just joined, drop just join in the chat. If you just joined, drop just join in the chat. But before I was doing independent housing, I used to do Airbnb. So I just used the money from my Airbnb business to fund this business here. And this business did not take me a lot of money to get started. Period. Shout out to y'all for just joining. So one house, y'all, if you have one house and you have 9 beds in that house should be bringing you at least 7K a month. Now, let's take out some of the expenses. So you might be thinking, well, how much is your rent for a 4-2? So my rent in that house is only $1,850. So let's subtract $1,850 because I'm going to show you realistically what the net is after you pay your expenses. Now, for y'all that's thinking it take a whole lot of money to get started, YouTube is lagging. Are we lagging on YouTube? Are we lagging on YouTube? Let me know in the chat. But so for the ones in the chat that think you need a whole lot of money to get your first property, for me, all it took was $3,700. So my first month rent was $1,850, and my deposit. Some people saying yes, some people saying no. Okay. So my first month rent was $1,850 and my deposit was $1,850. So to get into my very first house, y'all, the only thing that I needed was $3,700. Y'all can scrape up $3,700 from somewhere. A lot of y'all getting y'all tax money. You need to learn how to take that tax money, get you a house, and get money that's going to come to you every single month like clockwork. Stop investing into nonsense. Don't be going out there buying no car. Invest in a business that can pay you even when you're not there. When I tell y'all I get 7,000 off of this one house without me having to lift a finger, the only job that you have is to make sure them beds stay filled. That's your job as a housing provider. I need to go from believing I can do it to doing it and starting it. That part, Kenya, and a lot of y'all, you will never be ready, but you have to take the leap. I was not 100% ready when I got into this business, but you got to take the leap. Now, I'm going to show y'all this 7,000 that's coming. And for the ones that's just joining, I teach you guys how to get paid by the bed. We are providing safe and structured housing to homeless individuals that have money. Somebody dropped some money bags in the chat. We're not housing nobody for free, y'all. These people that we house, they have money. I don't play that type of game. I'm not sitting here going to overwork myself and not be making no money. I'm a businesswoman first and I'm a baddie immediately after. I stand on that. I look like this for a reason. I'm not about to sit here and let nobody burn me out and look all raggedy and run down. Life is meant to be lived, and you're supposed to live the life to the best of your ability. We're getting paid for what we do on this channel. We are creating impact and income. There is nothing wrong with the two coexisting. And don't let nobody shame you for wanting to live nice and wanting to make money for yourself while helping people in the process. That's the best way to make money if you ask me. We got people out here scamming and scheming and doing all type of crooked stuff, but we actually impacting our community with these safe houses, y'all. So it's a whole nother different ball game. Can you break down to 7,000? Yes, I'm gonna do it again for y'all. Now, if you are new here, I teach you guys how to get paid by the bed. And I'm breaking down the numbers of my very first house that I still have. So with my very first house, I started with a 4-2, 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Now, in a 4-2, you should get a minimum of 8 beds in that house, y'all. This is shared living, shared housing. We get paid by the bed. I don't teach you guys to set up private rooms and throw them on Pass Split. I don't teach you guys to rent out rooms and throw them on FB Marketplace. This ain't that. Thank you, Chrissy. So yeah, help out y'all people in the chat that's late to the class. But we are getting paid by the bed. So my very first house was a 4-2, and I put 9 beds in that house. But typically, your house, if you have a 4-2, you should have a minimum of 8 beds in that house for it to make sense for you financially. Now, my bed price, I'm based in Metro Atlanta. My bed price is $750 per bed. So let's do 8 beds times $750 because I have 8 people in that house that's paying me $750. So that one house is bringing in $6K. And then I also made another bed that I made it into a private room, and I charged that individual because the room was too small to make it a shared. So I charged $1,000 for that small private room, and I gave them the most smallest room in the house, if we being real. So let's add that in. So that one house is bringing me $7,000 a month gross. I'm about to break down the expenses for y'all, so hold on, because I know you asking, well, that's gross. How much is this? How much is that? A lot of y'all not making $7,000 at y'all 9 to 5, if we being real. A lot of y'all is not making, and if you making this money, you working overly crazy hours to get this type of money. This is money that I did not have to slave for. This is $7,000 I did not have to sling an Amazon package for. This is $7K that I did not have to sit here and deal with annoying coworkers getting on my nerves in the office, gossiping. This is $7K that I did not have to do Instacart, Uber Eats, and DoorDash myself into the ground. We talking effortless money. We talking money that come every single month like clockwork. If you can see yourself making 7K every single month like clockwork, drop some ones in the chat. I want to see who we got in this room. If you can see yourself making 7K effortless, we building soft life and serious income. I don't live soft for no reason, y'all. I'm a businesswoman first. Let's make it make sense. The math has to math. I want to live a certain type of way. And guess what? Ain't no man sponsoring my lifestyle. My businesses fund me. My businesses fund me. I don't have to ask nobody for nothing. And that's why I get on here and I educate my girlies and put your own self in your soft era. Why are you waiting on somebody to save you? Nobody's coming to save you. That's the reality of it. And if somebody is coming to save you, guess what? They're going to sit here and manipulate you. It's going to come with a whole lot of nonsense. Why not make your own 7K? Why not make your own money? Why not make your own money and let your business fund your life? And this is what I teach y'all. This is what I did from the ground up, built my business. And this is just one house, y'all. This is just one house. I don't make income claims, and you would never know how much money I make because that ain't nobody business. I'm very private, and that's private. So anybody that's really having money, they're not about to tell you how much they got. But I'm just showing you guys the income potential from one house. And I'm about to break down the utilities and the expenses. So just give me 1 second. But like I said, this is 7K that I don't even own this house. I rent this house with permission. The landlords know what I do and they love what I do. So there is no funny business going on in this chat. I tell you guys how to start impactful businesses and how to get paid and become financially free. That's what the mission is on this channel. We create impact and income. We're not playing no type of games right now. This is 2026. Everything is going up in life. Ain't nothing going down. Everything going up. So yes, one house, y'all, is bringing me in 7K. Now you might be thinking, okay, what about utilities? So my rent for this house is only $1,850. So let's subtract $1,850 from the 7K that I get every single month. Now we're left with $5,150. Yes, Lord, that's the truth. Listen, talk to him, Keith. Talk to him. I'm trying to put y'all in y'all bag. This is the new wave. Independent housing is the new wave, y'all, because while it's unregulated, this is a time you might want to jump in. Y'all know during COVID, when Airbnb was the wave and a lot of y'all missed out on that Airbnb money, don't miss out on this one. I'm telling you right now. I've been making this money since 2021 and life is still good. I'm still making my money and I'm helping my community at the same time. And that's what I teach y'all, how you can do this too. There is no reason you should be struggling in life if you got a free house, you got an extra bedroom, you got a basement, you got an attic. There's no reason you should not be getting paid to help house people. Hello? Hello? There is no reason. I don't want to hear none of y'all excuses. I got students that are felons that are making this type of money from one house. Y'all got to make it make sense. Y'all got to make it make sense and wake up and stop playing so much. While y'all sitting here twiddling y'all thumbs, my students is really in the field building up impactful housing programs and becoming financially free. This is what life is about. You should not be slaving at a 9 to 5 and not have nothing to show for it. Even if you are working a 9 to 5, y'all. I have students that are working a 9 to 5 while they have their housing programs on the side. Guess what? That 9 to 5 quits you. You got a source of income that's coming every single month. You won't even feel it. And that's what life is about. You should have options and you should have freedom. If you don't want to have to work that 9 to 5, guess what? You should have a choice. But I give y'all freedom. I give y'all options. Life is about options, and a 9 to 5 ain't never made nobody rich. A 9 to 5 ain't never gave nobody the life of their dreams. Ever. Listen, y'all, I live a whole nother life because I created it for myself. I can get on a plane when I want to, and my house is still running. I can travel the world, and guess what? The house is still running. That's why I teach you guys how to set up these independent housing programs. This ain't no group home. This ain't no personal care home. This ain't no assisted living. You don't got to be shackled to your house 24/7. These people are grown, independent, and they can do for themselves. They just need somebody to take a chance on them and give them an opportunity of safe housing. And that's where you come in. That's where you guys come in. I can't house everybody. I can't save the entire world. But if I can create me's in different states and different cities, guess what? We can tackle homelessness together. Even though homelessness may never go away, at least you know you putting a dent in it and you getting your money. Why not? You can have the best of both worlds. We talking impact and income. I've been doing this since 2021, y'all. I am not new to this. I'm true to this. I really get paid to change lives. And it's a whole nother level of fulfillment when these people coming into your housing program and they telling you, thank you so much for this opportunity. Nobody ever took a chance on me. They family passed away. They didn't have nowhere to go. Before you, they living in a shelter. Before you, they bouncing from couch to couch. From you, they in the system, going from place to place. Y'all are needed. I don't want to hear none of y'all excuses. There's no reason you should not be starting up a housing program, especially if you a homeowner and you got property laying around, and especially if you can rent something. And I tell my students have bad credit. Credit ain't stopping nothing. Listen, y'all, the landlords that I rent from, they didn't ask me for no credit check. They say, how many houses you need? Oh, okay. That's what it's about. So I don't want to hear none of y'all excuses. No, you don't need no credit. No, you ain't got to be no nurse. No, you ain't got to be no CNA. I tell my students, as long as you got a business mind and a heart to want to help people, you can thrive in this business. But make sure you come into this business with the right intentions, y'all, because we are still housing a very vulnerable population. So make sure you're doing stuff with decency and integrity, because that's going to make the difference between you and somebody that's trying to get rich quick. Because the people that's trying to get rich quick, they don't last long in this business. That's how I'm able to still have a successful business since 2021. I have 6 houses and 49 beds, and that's not for no reason. I really care about my people, y'all. I really care about my people, and they could feel that. And honestly, with these housing programs, y'all, it's bigger than housing. We are creating family-like environments in our homes. Before you, these people, and I didn't realize until I got into the business of housing, y'all, a lot of these people, a lot of these seniors don't have children. A lot of them don't have support systems. So where do they end up? They end up in nursing homes or they end up in facilities, because guess what? There's nobody there to advocate for them. That's why they need housing programs like you to give these people independent living. There's a whole lot of high functioning seniors out here in the world that get a guaranteed check, especially in the US, y'all. I didn't realize how many homeless seniors that there are, y'all. And that's the best population to house. Them seniors, they not going nowhere. One of my seniors, his name is Mr. Randy. He actually a veteran. Mr. Randy said the only way he leaving about that house is if it's in a body bag. And that should tell you something. When these people come into your doors, they become like family. They become like family. A lot of times, these people will never leave you because you become all the family that they know. And that's where the impact come in, y'all. Yes, we getting paid, but we really changing lives. That we really changing lives. I know it look like it's a business, but it's bigger than housing. And that's why when you do set this business up the right way with the right intentions, you have no choice but to succeed. That's why my students are coming into this business having 2, 3, 4 houses within months. So that's what I'm telling y'all. Anybody can do this. You don't have to be nobody special. I got students that are felons. I had one student, he just came home from prison 2 months ago. He already got a house doing his housing program. I got another student, she did time. She has a felony too. I got another student, she's a single mother. So for my single moms in the chat, y'all ain't got no excuse. Start you a housing program. There's so many demographics that need housing. One of my students, her name is Jamarian. She on fire. Jamarian houses single women and children. And when I tell y'all, she got that niche on lock. So honestly, even if you a single mother, there's room for everybody in this industry. Everybody. I am not no nurse. I am not no CNA. I'm just a girly that with a business mindset and a heart that love to help people, and I found a way to get paid for it. Why you can't get paid for helping somebody? There's nothing illegal about providing safe housing to independent people that are in need. So that's what the difference is, y'all. It's bigger than business. This is real impact. And when you making money that's tied to changing somebody's life, it's a whole nother level of fulfillment that comes with that. So that's why I teach you guys how you can make a difference and set these up in your cities and your states, because homelessness is everywhere, not just in major cities like Atlanta. So I went off on a tangent, but let me show you guys how you can get to 10K months in this business, right? So my very first house, so let's go back to that example. My very first house, I have 9 beds in that house and I get 7K a month for that house. Now, let's take out the rent. The rent for my house that's a 4.2 is $1,850. My landlord do not charge me anything crazy because guess what? They charge us like a regular tenant, like they would charge a regular tenant. So once my rent is paid from the 9 beds that are in my home, I'm left with $5,150. Now, typically for my students, I tell my students to budget anywhere between $500 to $800 in utilities, because y'all might be thinking, well, how much is the utilities, the this and that, this and that. For this house here, once I combine all my utilities never go over like 400 something dollars. So for the sake of this example, so you as the housing provider, you're going to pay the bills. So remember, y'all, I told you guys, we price our beds. We make our prices by the bed, and you're supposed to include all of that stuff in your bed price. But we as a housing provider, we are paying the utility. So they pay one flat rate for a bed price, and that's including utilities, a fully furnished home, and all they got to do is bring their clothes. I like to call this all-inclusive housing. I love traveling, I love vacation, so it's kind of like an all-inclusive resort, except we don't provide food. So we're only providing them the space, the fully furnished environment, the safety, the structure, and they just need to bring their clothes. So this is all-inclusive housing. Everything is included except food. So drop no food in the chat. We are not providing meals, y'all. A lot of y'all be getting confused. The minute you try to start offering these people meals, now you operating as a group home, you operating as a personal care home, and guess what? The city gonna come knocking on your door. Oh, we got word it's a personal care home being ran here. Do you have a license to do this? Oh, I don't think so. Oh, well, we're gonna have to shut you down. Y'all need to follow the blueprint that I lay out for y'all. That's why I teach you guys. We provide housing only. Mess around and get caught up and start doing all that other stuff, and you're going to get shut down. It's because you asking for it. So that's why I teach my students to follow the blueprint that I lay out. I've been doing this since 2021, y'all. The city can't clock my tea. The city ain't shutting nothing down over here. And the city actually came to one of my houses one time, but guess what? I sent them well on their way because they couldn't find no fault with us. There is nothing illegal about providing safe housing to independent people, y'all. That's why I teach you the blueprint. But y'all still don't listen. Y'all want to listen to this person over here telling you to start a group home. You want to listen to this person over here. That's why. But when you follow the blueprint that I lay out for you, you ain't got to worry about all that nonsense. Stick to providing housing only, house independent people that can do for themselves, and you will be fine. Make your money in peace and impact your community. Simple as that. The minute y'all start trying to do the most, you trying to give out medication, you trying to sit here and babe this person up, now you're going to be in trouble and they're going to come shut your tail down, and you deserve that because you don't listen. I give y'all the blueprint for a reason. Now, back to the example, back to how we going to get to these 10K months, because I know y'all want to make 10K months. And you deserve to make 10K months. When I tell y'all, I only need 2 houses to make 10K months. I make that with ease. I make 10K is light work for me. If I'm making 10K, that's really a bad month. So let's get back to the example. I'm going to show you guys how you can reach your first 6 figures, because a lot of us in this chat never hit 6 figures in our life when it came to working a job. And that's even me, y'all. Before I started this business, I never in my life made 6 figures. Never. Until I started this business and I saw how attainable and how fast I made that money. So let me show you guys how you can get to 10K months through housing the homeless. You have to know the number of beds that it's going to take to get to your freedom number. Now, for the ones that's in this chat that's saying they want to make 10K months, let's do 750 times 16 beds, y'all. 16 beds is only 2 houses. Only 2 houses. If you have 16 beds at 750, that's 12K a month with ease. That you did not have to stand on your feet and slave for. You did not have to go DoorDash until the midnight hours. You did not have to sit here and sling an Amazon package. This is 10K that came with ease. With ease. And this is just off of 2 houses, y'all. I have 6 homes. And honestly, I run my 6 homes. I don't need a whole lot of staff. You don't need no staff for this business. I teach my students how to set this up where they run itself. These houses should run itself, y'all. Honey said, I need to go back and listen. Yeah, honey, listen to that. Listen to your course 1,000 times. Because sometimes y'all listen to it one time, twice, but you need to listen to it more than once. Because sometimes you're not going to catch everything the first time. So that's why I tell my students to listen to it, pause it, take notes, go implement, then come back to it. That's how you implement knowledge, y'all. You have to listen and go apply. But this is just off of 2 houses, y'all. 12K is easy work. Easy work if we being honest. Now, let me show y'all the net because y'all like, oh, what about all the expenses? So let's go back to the example that I was showing you guys from my first house. So my first house, after I paid the rent, I'm left with $5,150. Thank you, Keish. Make sure y'all tap the screen and show love to the live stream. It's free to tap the live. It's free to like the live, y'all. It's not going to charge your card. I promise you. That's how you add me and boost me in the algorithm. So if you're doing this the right way, the way I teach you guys, your house should be bringing in at least $5,150 after you pay your rent. Now, I teach my students how to budget. You should be budgeting anywhere between $500 to $800 a month for bills. That's water, lights, your Wi-Fi, insurance. That's everything under that umbrella. For this house here, y'all, that's my 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. My utilities do not go over $500. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom with 9 beds. So my utilities, y'all, they don't go over 500. So for the sake of the example, I'm just gonna minus $500. So even though it's like 4 something for that house. Now I'm walking home all profit, y'all, $4,650. This is just one house. One house that I set up one time and is making me this money every single month. Your job is to keep your beds filled. If you have a house and you have beds in there, you should be keeping your beds filled. And that's how you're going to see this money every single month, y'all. And this house that I have right here, this is the house that I started with when I first started. My bed price is $750 per bed. So I'm just giving you guys the income potential from one house. And this is just one house, y'all. What could $4,650 do for a lot of y'all? A lot of y'all not making this at y'all 9 to 5, we're being honest. And if you are making it at your 9 to 5, you probably on your feet all day. You miserable. You dealing with negative coworkers, a toxic work environment. Y'all not making this like clockwork. When I tell y'all I make this, and sometimes I don't see my houses in 2-3 months, and it still come to the bank account every single month like clockwork, y'all need to wake up. For real, y'all need to wake up. That tax money that y'all getting, if you got some money laying around, you need to be starting you a housing program. This is a new wave, y'all. This is the business model that's making people financially free and making them impactful earners, impactful CEOs. That's the mission on this channel. Putting you into your bag while also making an impact in your community at the same time is really a 2-for-1. And I always tell my students, wealth in the right hands could do some amazing things for this world. It's not enough people with pure hearts to have money, y'all. And if you out here with a pure heart and you ain't got no money, you need to tap in. What you doing? There's no reason you should not be getting paid to help people. You should not be struggling if you out here pouring into people. Why? There is no reason. I'm telling y'all, the new wave is housing. Everybody's going to always need a place to stay. Some of y'all got people living in your houses for free right now, and they don't even cherish you. Why not house somebody that's grateful, that have money, and that's willing to follow your rules and willing to sit there and act like they got some sense? Y'all need to wake up. This is a new wave. And while it's unlicensed, while this is not regulated, this is the best time to get in, honestly, y'all. My students is coming into this business and they doing their biggest one, opening 2, 3, 4 houses. That's why I tell y'all, figure out your freedom number and how many beds you need to get to your goal. And whether that's, and honestly, one lady came on the live stream and she said she just wanted to make her mortgage. You can make your mortgage with one house. Everything else to be profit. So if you got kids, you want to give your kids one house to fund your kid that's in college, all it takes is beds. Beds, y'all. So if you in this chat and you thinking, well, how can I get into this? How can I learn from the best in the business, which is myself? How can I learn from the queen? How can I get my housing program started in my city, in my state, because I have a big heart. I'm going to help people. I want to house veterans. I want to house seniors. I want to house people coming home from prison. Drop student in the chat if you want to become a student. Hello, we understand. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, there is no reason you should not be getting paid to help others. You don't have to be a nonprofit, y'all. This is a new wave. You don't need to be out there searching for grants for 30 years that you ain't never going to get. It's a lot of people out here selling dreams of, oh, you can get a grant, you can get a grant. Hang that up. You don't need no grant for this. That's why I teach y'all to find homeless individuals with money. Long as they got that money, you getting paid within 30 to 60 days, y'all. We not playing those type of games over here. We are in business to make money and make an impact. And the way that you're going to do that, independent housing, starting an independent living home. This is a new wave. This is a new wave, y'all. Y'all got to wake it up. All right, we got some students in the chat. So here's what I'm going to do. So for the ones that's wanting to know how to learn from me, how you can become a student, how you can set this up in any city, in any state, you don't need no experience. You don't have to go through zoning. You don't have to start up a group home. You don't have to sit here and be a nurse or a CNA. Anybody can start a housing program, y'all. I have students that are felons. I have students that are everyday people. My mission on this channel, my mission on this page is to take everyday people and turn them into impactful earners, impactful CEOs. Impactful earners, impactful CEOs. That's the mission. We not just chasing money and being weird. We getting money and we getting at it with a good cause because we're helping people in the process. And any business that's built on a good foundation, any business that's built with a person with a pure heart and right intentions, you have no choice but to succeed in this life. And that's why I tell people, listen, y'all, I never lack. Whether y'all buy a course or not, my life is still amazing. My houses pay me regardless if I show up on this internet or not. I come on here to present the information to y'all to show you what's possible for you. A lot of people don't know how attainable 6 figures is. I didn't even know how attainable 6 figures was until I got into this business. And when I had those 2 houses, I'm like, what? I started looking at my bank statements, y'all. I'm like, I don't even need to do DoorDash no more. I don't need to do Uber Eats no more. When you start seeing that, when that money start moneying, it's a whole nother level. And your mind start opening up. Man, listen, I don't need this job. I can open up 3 more houses. Put that energy that you clock into that 9 to 5 and clock into you. Clock into you. That's what you need to do. Clock into yourself and build something that's not only impactful, but that can make you money. That's what it's about. Imagine putting all your energy into building your housing programs and you got about 6 houses, 8 houses. One of my students got 14 houses. Now me, I'm not trying to do all that. Like I have other things in motion, but listen, I tell people you can take this business as far as you want to take it. And the beauty of this is nobody's coming to clock your teeth. As a business owner, as a boss, as an entrepreneur, there is no cap on your income. The only person that can cap your income is you. If you tell yourself, I want to make 100K months, you sit down and you come up with a game plan and you get to that. Nobody's sitting here telling you, oh, you can only have 2 houses. You can only have 3 houses. I got 6 houses. Ain't nobody clocking my tea. Can't nobody clock my tea. And my homes are doing amazing. I'm helping my community and I'm getting paid at the same time. Can you do this in Long Island, New York? I have students in upstate New York. Absolutely. You can do this anywhere there's homelessness, y'all. You can do this anywhere there's homelessness. Now, for the ones that want to become a student, the best way to learn under me, if you want to learn this business model that I'm teaching you guys, how I was able to open up 6 houses and have 49 beds and help my community and get paid without needing a license, without needing to go through zoning, without having to start up a group home, you need to be investing in my bundle, y'all. My bundle is currently on sale, and at the end of this month, y'all, my prices is going up because a lot of my students are coming into this business. They invest in it. They invest in their money, and guess what? They making 20K months, 30K months off of this small investment that I'm charging. So my bundle is going to be the best thing to show you guys how I was able to open this business and run it successfully without having to start a group home, without having to start a personal care home, without having to start an assisted living. Anybody can come in this business. Yes, 325. Anybody can come in this business and win. I take everyday people and turn them into impactful earners, impactful CEOs. Anybody can win, y'all. And once you join the winning team, which is my students, listen, it's to the top for every single one of mine. And I tell them, as long as you got a business mind and a pure heart, you cannot lose. You cannot lose in life, period. I don't care what business you start. That's why I'm winning and I'm going to keep winning because my intentions is pure and God going to keep elevating me. So that's why I tell y'all, you can elevate with me or you can watch me elevate. I don't have this success for no reason. I'm really doing good in my community. I'm really putting good into the universe. And guess what? You get rewarded for that. Even though we're starting businesses, these are impactful businesses. This ain't just any business. So for my students in the chat, Emmy said I hesitated to purchase the bundle because of, okay. So for the action takers, for the ones that want to join the winning team and learn from the queen, you're gonna have to invest in my bundle. I do not give everyone access to me. The only people that have access to me are my students and the people that attend and the people that attend my in-person events. I don't sit here and water myself down. The only time y'all really see me is when I go live and when I do in-person events. So you might want to get with the movement or miss out because it's to the top for me and mine. I take everyday people and I turn them into impactful earners, impactful CEOs. So if you are in this chat, I'm currently accepting students. The best way to become a student, you have to invest in the bundle. And it's currently on sale. When I get off of here, I'm going to put it right back up to the $500. And so let me show you guys how to become a student. And once you become a student, you get access to my masterclass that's almost 3 hours long. It's going to walk you from A to Z, how to set this up in any city, in any state. I teach you guys where to go inside your community to find the individuals that are homeless to have money. I also teach you guys what to say to landlords and property management companies so that you will have your way in this business. They'll be throwing houses at you. I also teach you guys how to set up this housing program where you don't have to be there every day. Your houses are going to run without you. So we have systems in place and we have different things that we do to run our housing program. And I also teach you guys how you can scale this business and do multiple homes. So if you want to learn how to make an impact in your community through offering safe and structured housing and make an income for yourself, you need to invest in my bundle. My bundle is currently on sale and I'm going to keep it on sale for 5 minutes. So I'm about to get off here. Hey, Siri. Set alarm for 5 minutes. And once you go get your bundle, come back and I'm going to show you guys how to get ongoing coaching inside my community. So no code is needed. And also, guys, I highly recommend for you to use Klarna and Afterpay. That's going to break it down for you. I believe if you use Klarna or Afterpay, it's going to be $80 today. Now, if you are on TikTok, the way to become a student and join the winning team, you're going to hit my profile picture right up here. You're going to hit up the profile picture right up here. Another box is going to pop up. Click on my profile picture again. When you get it, come back and say, got it. And I'm going to show you guys how to join my community for ongoing coaching. Now, once you hit my profile up here, another box should pop up. It's going to take you to my page. Let me pull it up so I can show y'all. It's going to take you to my page. When you get to my page, click where it says Stand Store. Click where it says Stand Store. Once you click where it says Stand Store, y'all, the bundle is the very first one. It's currently on sale. At the end of this month, listen, I'm taking my programs down. I'm not going to be taking any more students. And this is how you guys get to Klarna and Afterpay. If you are on YouTube, hit the drop-down subscription and click on Stand Store, enroll to become a student. And that's how you become a student. So when you guys at checkout, you're going to click where it says K, Klarna or Afterpay, and this is what's going to break it down into installments for you. You don't have to pay the whole thing today. Honestly, I highly recommend for y'all to use the payment plan option because one of my top students, her name is Majesty. Majesty is a single mother. Majesty was watching me on live stream while she was door dashing. Majesty invested in herself using Klarna, and now Majesty has 3 houses up and running, and she's in Arizona, and she's a single mother. She says she ain't got a door dash no more, and that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. One house can change your whole life. So no code is needed. It's already discounted for 3 minutes. Once I get off of here, I'm going to increase the price back up. So once you get it, come back and say, got it. And I'm going to show you guys how to join the ongoing coaching that you get inside of my community. On FB, what you're going to do is you're going to click on my profile picture. If it's not in it should be linked in this live stream. If it's not linked in this live stream, you're going to go to my page. Let me show you. You're going to go to my page, and it's the very first link. And once you click on that, it's the only one that says bundle, y'all. Coach, should I just purchase it? Let's go. Shout out to my action takers. Shout out to my trophies in the chat. So all my students that invest, I call them trophies because once you attach to a winner, you automatically going to elevate. And honestly, anybody that's connected to me, any of my students that learn up under me, my student success level is next level. So Shoop said how much? So Shoop, if you click on the link inside of this live stream, it's gonna pop up. I don't see what to do on YouTube. Okay, so for YouTube, what you guys are gonna do, you're gonna click the drop down bar, which is the description. And once you click on that, it's the one that says enroll to become a student. And once you click on that, let me see if I can show it from my phone. But it should be right underneath the drop down bar where you hit the like or the thumbs up. So once you get it, come back and say got it, and do not leave, y'all. I'm gonna show you how to join the ongoing coaching and how to join the community. So even after you watch your bundle and you still have questions, you get free ongoing coaching inside of our exclusive FB community. So do not leave. Do not leave. No code is needed. No code is needed. All right. So for the ones that's taking action, shout out to all my action takers. Let me show you how to join the community. What you're going to do is you are going to go to FB, and only my students have access to the FB community. If you are not a student, you cannot get access. You're going to go to FB and you're going to type in independent housing community. Once you type in independent housing community, you're going to put the email you purchased with to be approved, and then I'm going to approve it as soon as I get off of here. Is there anybody that want to become a student that need me to show them how? Drop me in the chat and I'll show you guys. Drop me in the chat and I'll show you how. But yes, I don't see. So Maya, did you find it? Did you find it? And also, if you guys got questions, drop your questions. I need you to show it again. Okay, so what you're going to do, you're going to go to FB and you're going to type in independent housing community. And inside of this group, y'all, we have free coaching calls every single month virtually. So you can come on and get your questions answered. You can meet other students that's in your cities and your areas because we have over 2,800 people in this group from all across the US. And then make sure you answer the question. Make sure you answer the question and put the email that you purchased with to be approved. Timer is out. Is there anybody that still want to become a student? Drop me and then I'll add more time on the clock. Cover said, Cover, are you inside the FB community? That's where you're going to get your ongoing support. I'm on YouTube. I'm serious. So let me show my YouTube community how to become a student. So let me pull it up on this phone, see if I can do it. Do I need to have an FB account? You do not, but I highly recommend for you to create one because if you have ongoing questions and you want to attend the meetups that we have virtually, that's what's going to happen. It's going to happen through the FB community. So when you go to my channel, let me see. You're going to go on my channel, right? You're going to click the drop down. Click the drop down of this video. Patty said, I just purchased it. Period, Patty. Shout out to my heavy hitters. Shout out to my trophies in the chat. This is scary, but I'm trusting God. Listen, do it scared and put the work in. Listen, y'all, nothing works if you do not work it. So come in this business with the right mindset and already tell yourself, I'm going to succeed. I don't care how many businesses you started. Let this be the business that is going to take you to your next level. That's how you have to talk to yourself. Like, I don't care. This is not my first business, y'all. I started 3 other businesses before I came upon this business. I used to do lashes. I was working. I was doing Airbnb. And then when I came to this is a business that honestly has changed my life in ways that I could have never imagined. It opened up so many doors. Patty said, I just got it. Shout out to Patty. I purchased in Fed, but I don't have social media. Yeah, Katrina, I would highly recommend for you guys to create an account just for that. Let me show you, Coach. It's this one. It has this logo. This is the only one. I got the bundle. Shout out to Stephanie. Shout out to my heavy hitters. So Janice is currently on sale inside of the BIO. Everything that you guys ask me, I break it down for y'all in my bundle step by step. I teach you guys where to find these individuals that have money. I teach you guys how to set these up in any city, any state. Now, for the ones that are wanting to become a student and join the winning team and learn from the best in the business, the realest in the field, what you're going to do, you have to invest in my bundle. And the way you can invest in the bundle, you're going to click on my profile picture right up here. Once you click on that, another box is going to pop up. Once that box pops up, click on my face again, right? Once you click on that box, it's going to take you to my page. I'm showing you how much once we get there. It's going to take you to my page, and you're going to click where it says Stand Store. Once you click Stand Store, the bundle is the very first one. It's currently on sale only while I'm on this live. When I get off, it's going to go right back up. And then I honestly encourage you guys to use Klarna or Afterpay because it'll break it down into payments for you. And then I believe it's like $80 today. And it comes straight to your email. So everything that you need to know step by step is in this bundle. And it's a video, y'all. It's not an ebook. It's a video, and it's the documents that I teach you that you need in for your housing program. So everything you need to be successful is in this bundle. My students that have 2, 3, 4 houses, y'all, they invested in the bundle and they done took off. So for all my action takers in the chat, shout out to my trophies. Let me show you guys. So it's currently discounted. No code is needed. No code needed. Now let me show all my students that invested how to join the ongoing coaching community. What you're going to do, you're going to go to FB and you're going to type in independent housing community. And listen, y'all, this group is next level. You need this in a part of your journey. So click on this, and in the question box, put your email that you purchased with to be approved. That's the only way to join this community. This is not a free situation. This is not a free group. Only students can join this community. So this is what it looks like. This is the icon. This is the icon. Cause somebody put the price in the chat for Nika. Cause I can't type it. Somebody on TikTok put the price in the chat, please. Oh, Stephanie, this is what it looks like. It's called Independent Housing Community, and you have to put your email to be approved. Yeah, Patty, you can do that. You can do that after. Just send me an email and I can send you the link. I can send you a link to join the group once you create your page. It's not hard. It's not hard. But inside this group, y'all, we have free coaching calls, free monthly meetups. So even after you watch your bundle and you need ongoing support, this group is what's going to help you with that. And I'm in New York City. Would it be a little expensive? So it just depends. Will it affect anything if I don't have social media? The only difference is that you won't be able to ask your questions. This is the group where people are asking their questions and attending the free monthly meetups. So the monthly meetups is where you get to meet people that are in your city. We have students from all over inside of our community that's up and running, doing a biggest one, have multiple homes and all of that. But is there anybody, I'm about to head out, y'all. So is there anybody else that want to become a student? Drop me in the chat. If not, I have to go and recharge. I'm an introvert in real life, y'all. So these live streams take a lot of energy out of me. So, but thank you guys for tuning in. For the ones that came through, I hope I left you guys inspired, motivated, ready to take action and build something that could change your life, something that can make you financially free, because y'all, this is the business that did it for me. So that's why I come on here and share with you guys the business model that has changed my life. Yes, what, Beauty Grace? Yes, you want me to show you, or yes, what? But if I don't have anybody else that want to become a student, I got it from Sam, period, Patty, period. So I'm in the FB group. Perfect. So as soon as I get off of here, I'm going to approve all the requests. I'm going to approve. Is there any other fee after? No, Chrissy. Honestly, most of my students that have great success, only thing that they got was the bundle, and they joined the community. And that community took them to their next level. Any question you need, if you get stuck, that group is where you get your, yeah, Chrissy, just that. But thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys next time. Have a good night. Love y'all.